Okay, great. So we are here with Jesse, who went on the Ecuador Ecology program with SIT. Welcome, Jesse.
Thank you.
Thank you. And do you want to tell us about your experience on the SIT program?
Yeah, of course. So like she said, I was on the ecology program in Ecuador, and it was a really, really amazing program. I think it was a really unique study abroad program because we were in a small group of people that you're with the whole time, and we got to travel around. And the program facilitates all of the traveling, which I really liked because we got to go to really remote and unique places that I wouldn't have been able to go to on my own if I was just, enrolled in a university trying to plan my own travel. I definitely wouldn't have been able to go to these really awesome places, and that was really important, especially for studying ecology, because we went to these really cool, very remote ecosystems, so you could really see kind of both the human impact, but also the lack of human impact and how those ecosystems function. So that was really cool. Uh, how it works is you stay with a homestay family in Quito, um, and that's your home base. And then every other week, basically, you go to a different place to study a different ecosystem. So we went to the cloud forest in the Western Andes for a week. We went to the Paramo, we went near Chimborazo, which is one of the volcanoes there. Very old volcano. It's not active anymore. And that's kind of like the very high up parts of the Andes. And we also went to the Galapagos, which I think is a big highlight for a lot of people. And it was really, really amazing. We were on a boat for half the time, then also in a homestay family there. And we also went to the Amazon for a week as well. And that was, again, another really amazing experience. We went to a research station that was very remote, and only if you're a student or a researcher is the only way you're able to go there. So it was a really unique experience. I don't think I'll ever be back there in my life, but it was amazing to be able to be there and learn in that way. And then so that's the first 2 months ish. And then the last month you spend on your own, basically doing a research project. So I went to a really, really small town in the eastern Andes, in between the like cloud forest and the Amazon. And I was studying water quality there. So I did work with macroinvertebrates to look at the water quality of a couple different rivers in my area. And I stayed with a homestay family there, and they were amazing, and I miss them so much already. But yeah, so I was particularly interested in this area because on one of the rivers there was a hydroelectric dam. So I was looking, or there's construction of one right now going on. So I was looking kind of at preliminary impacts of that dam, to see if it had affected the water quality at all. Um, that was really interesting and really, really rewarding. I'd never done research like that before. So, I mean, at the beginning, it was kind of hard getting used to the methodology and stuff like that. But um, it was an invaluable experience, and I learned so much and was able to orchestrate this entire project from beginning to end all on my own, from methodology to data collection and data analysis, and then writing the paper and analyzing it and doing all this research beforehand. So that is really rewarding, and I'm really excited to have that experience when I come back here to college, just for future research that I want to do and just future job experiences.
Mm-hmm. Um, so, yeah, I want to ask you about how it has affected, you think, your future, just sort of your academic or future job plans. And if you could just put the computer flat, just because it kind of bounces when you talk.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
Sorry, let me move back so I can do that. Is that better?
Yeah, great. So yeah, if you want to tell us about how you think that'll impact you.
Yeah, so I'm an environmental engineering major, so ecology isn't like directly related to everything I'm studying. I had to take an ecology class, but um, I think overall the program really gave me, first of all, the ISP is probably the biggest thing that's going to help me out in the future. Besides just getting credit for it, I think that'll really help me as far as giving me experience and confidence that I can do a project independently. Um, and also, the skills like built in the Spanish language will also be really helpful or could be helpful in the future with my professional career.
Mm-hmm. Great. And what makes SAT unique, do you think, from your experience?
I think the most unique thing is that you you're not enrolled, at least this program specifically, I'm not sure overall, but you're not enrolled in like a university. And so we had the same professors for all of our classes. And I think that was something that, for me personally, going through engineering where most of my classes are really big and I don't really get very close with my professors, this was really cool in that we built both like academic and personal relationships with our professors. So I definitely can use them for recommendations in the future. And I think that's really unique. And also, you're with the same group. So we had a really great group dynamic, and you make like a lot of close friends with because you like go through this whole experience with those people. And like I said, with the traveling, I think that was also really unique. I wouldn't have been able to do something like that through like a university
Mm-hmm.
necessarily.
And tell us about your homestay family. What did they do that made you feel really at home? Or
My homestay family. So my one in Quito was really great. I got sick a couple of times. I ended up having issues with altitude sickness, but they, like my host mom, was always there to go buy me fruit or whatever I needed to make me feel better. And that was really nice because I think when I get sick is the time I'm most homesick. So I really felt like loved and cared for. And yeah, I mean, they took me around Quito. They showed me the El Centro and everything to do there, and that was really fun. And I was able to go on a little weekend vacation with them to the coast. And that was also, again, really a cool way to see another part of Ecuador with my family. Um, and then my other homestay was also really awesome. My host mom, again, was really, really loving. She's just meant to be a mom. She cooked like really amazing food, which is a big thing. Food is a big thing. It's really delicious. And she was a great cook and also just would talk with me and help me with my conversational skills and stuff. Um, and that was really cool. She really opened up to me. So I really appreciated that a lot and valued that in my experience with them.
mm-hmm. And during your ISP, your independent study, you were on your own. And how did you have someone to check in with, or how did that work?
Yeah, so I was I was with my homestay family in this small town. There was one other student staying in my town, so we would like chat. Um, but yeah, so we had to check in every week with the program assistant in Quito just by cell phone or email or whatever we were able to do, just to let them know we're still doing okay and um, we're still alive and everything. But yeah, it was pretty independent and we were able to contact our professors if we needed to. But otherwise we were on our own for that month.
Did you lay out your research ahead of time with someone? Did you plan it out?
Yeah, so before you go or yeah, before everyone went, we had to write out a proposal. And that and within that we detailed, our goals and the methodology we were going to use and the timeline we were going to use. So like once I got there, I kind of knew, okay, this week I need to focus on this and had it planned out for each week. So it's definitely hard like it's a little bit of a rush at the end, like right before you leave, because I personally didn't know what I was going to do at the beginning of the semester, but the professors really help you find something that you're interested in, also that the people that you're working with can benefit from. So
Mm-hmm. Great. And if someone's considering this program, what advice would you give them?
um, I would say, like, as far as like choosing between programs, or
Yeah, like why would someone choose this program over a different ecology program?
I think it kind of depends on what you're looking for in a study abroad program. But if you're looking for improvement in Spanish, I think this is a really good program for that. Most of the classes are taught in Spanish, and your professors will speak to you in Spanish if you speak to them. Obviously, the homestay, that was where I really improved my Spanish. And so, even though we were with American students, it was still like a lot of time where you're just with Spanish speaking people. And also, I think, like I've been saying, it's just a really unique program in that you can learn ecology, but mostly like in these ecosystems you're learning about, and in a really like biodiverse, like the one of the most biodiverse, if not the most biodiverse countries in the world. And I think that is just kind of enough of a reason, if you're really interested in ecology, to go, because you're there and you're in it, and it might be like uncomfortable at times because we did a lot of hiking and being outside a lot, but I never learned that way really that much, and I think that was really valuable in my education to do that, and not something that you really expect for your study abroad, is to be in the forest or whatever for most of your time there.
Mm-hmm. And did you feel like the science was challenging and helpful to you?
Yeah, definitely. I think coming from engineering, I didn't have like a lot of an ecology background. I took one class, but it definitely was challenging, and we had really interesting projects. But it wasn't too challenging that it took away from the experience, the newness of being there and being able to experience everything when we were in Quito. That you have time for both school and to do other kind of touristy things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Great. Anything else you want to say about the program before we finish here?
Um, no, I think it was really great. I'm so glad I chose it. I was debating between kind of a more traditional exchange program and this one, and I think this one, I 100% made the right decision. So,
Great. Well,
yeah.
thanks so much for talking with us.
Yeah, sure.
This is really helpful. And thanks for being a mentor.
Yeah, no problem.
Excellent. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.